Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today we're going to draw the Mancake emoticon from Fortnite. So let's get in there. We've kind of got Mancake, his head's in the middle here, kind of got like his bandana going on. Then his arm comes up around here and he's kind of pouring on all the nice maple syrup all over his head in there. So it's quite a 2D sort of picture. So I'm going to start at the top here. I'm kind of going to go just off center there. I'm just going to pop a little kind of dot maybe there. That's going to be the top of the bottle, so we're just going to draw like the maple syrup bottle first of all. So let's put a little curve from that dot, just bring it down, like draw the end of the bottle. So just going to do that, okay? From that point now, we can now bring this out this side, so the longer part of the bottle comes around here, sort of tapers out a little bit. So just bring it out and then curve it in like that. Then we've got the little sort of area where you kind of hold it, so like it's like a circle. I'm just going to draw a part circle, just not to the edge there. Then in the middle there, I'm going to pop another circle. And I'm just going to colour that in like that. It's a little bit more just past the circle, just going to draw sort of down like that. And then it's kind of got the spout. So that's like a curved area going around there. So I'm sort of going to draw like the rim of that, like that, okay? And there's just a little bit where it kind of like pipes around, so like just was like piping on the bottle there. What we can do now is just do the other side of this bit, sort of just on the bottle. And that kind of just tapers out like a little bit like that. And next up what we can do is start popping the hand in there when we go back up here. But I think for the moment, I think it'd be good to just keep continuing down here as this sort of pours out. So the liquid's coming out, there's a little bit extra comes here, so I'm just going to draw like a little blob that comes out around there, just a little sort of curve around like that. And then it kind of comes like a bit more further down and out like this. And then another one sort of goes straight down and then bring it out like that. Sort of the same thing, but on the other side, yeah? Now Mancake's head is right here. There's a couple of little drips just a bit lower, so I'm just going to pop like 1, 2 like that, 2 little drips. And then his head sort of goes around the back of that, to the top of his head. So it kind of starts, I would say, got that curve there, his hand's there, kind of comes to about here. So it probably starts about, say there. Just going to draw like a little sort of straight line there and just bring it over, just curve it down like that. Okay, so Mancake's head. This then sort of continues the drip down here, so I'm just gonna draw a line like that and then just boom, just like a little bit of this drip of this maple syrup like continuing to sort of flow down his head. Then what we've got like the front part of Mancake's head. So really, I guess from about maybe that point there, right? Just a little dot there. Just bring your pen down like that, and there's like a blob like this. Comes up, comes over. Then there's like a central blob, like not as far down, so just have a little blob like that. Comes back up like that. Then there's another like even smaller blob. Goes around, and then there's like a blob that comes down about as much as that, so it kind of just from here just kind of comes out and around, kind of goes around like that. Bring this now up to about here, just before this point, so probably comes up to about this point here. So just sort of little curve to about there. Right, this then comes out again, sort of drips down on the side of him, so drip comes down like this, probably to about there, curve it around there. Then there's another little drip, and it kind of is just over the top of this bit, so just a little curve just above it, around, and then we just go up like this, and then we just join the two up like that. All that lovely sort of maple syrup drip coming over the pancakes of his head. Okay, so what we do now, I think we should just pop in like the almost like the chin, the pancake chin, right? Mancake, or where the bandana comes up, right? So where we've got the point here, let's work it out. Let's pop a little dot there, right? So from this little dot there, we're gonna come up and around, and just bring it down a bit, and then back up to about here. Then we've got another little bit that just fires out from there, so boom, just a little like diagonal curve. Now I've got that lower bit in, what I can do is pop in like the pancake bits. So we're just going to do like little rounded corners. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So we're just going to go 1, 2, and then 3, and then this last one's going to match up with this strip here, so 4 like that. On this side, kind of comes all the way down to here, and then this point, there's like the corresponding one over this side, so it kind of goes just a curve up like that. 1, then it kind of corresponds here, so 2, and then we've got another one here, so it just goes boom down like that. Okay, now I've got that point in. What I can do from that secondary point there, just put a dot in the middle of it. We just bring out a line where the bandana is, and we just come around here like that. And this line's quite thick, so let's go back over it and around, sort of thicken it up, just colour in there, right? Okay. Now it kind of comes down to about here. The bandana sort of is like comes into this point about there. So let's put a little dot here, and we come out to here again. We just bring out another line, so another little curve off here, and then that kind of just meets up with this dot here. So we're just going to go boom, meet that up, and go back over that line again. Nice chunky line like that. On this side, we kind of come out from kind of this point in the middle here. So we're just going to bring out a line like curved diagonal, and then to about there. Just thicken that up. Yeah. And then we've got the same thing. So we've got another little bit that comes down, boom, just down like that. And then join it up, and then thicken it up just a bit. Thicken it up. Cool. Okay. Finally, there's like a little bit of green on Mancake right here. So the lower part, I would say, comes out from this little point here, and it just comes down like a straight line, fairly thick like that. Okay. This line then curves in, goes past this point, probably to about here. So I'm just going to go curve that in and down to there. Let's just fill that in with a chunky line again. That's cool. Nice chunky line there. And then from this point here, kind of just going to draw a line that goes up here. And it kind of comes down to about this point. So sort of down this way. Nice chunky line again. And then it kind of just curves around and up like that. So just put a nice chunky line in there, around there. Cool. Okay. Let's pop his eyes in. So we've got these big brows on Mancake on this emoticon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out like from down here, I'm going to come here, put a diagonal line in. This side, a bit more of an aggressive one. Then we're just kind of going to go up like that, and then up like that. This point here, we're just going to fill it in like that. So big chunky dark eyebrow there. All right. This side kind of comes out first of all this way. So just put a horizontal line, just a little bit of horizontal line in, and just bring that line to the very edge there. Then there's like it's almost like a triangle there, so just bring that line out there and actually just bring that out there as well, like that. Fill this bit in, like that. And then what I'll do, I'll just try and here, I'll just try and make a bit more of a, sharper eyebrow. Then we're just going to pop 2 curved lines in for the eyes. So one curved line's here for this eye. So we're just going to come around and up like that, just follow back around that line. And this side, start here, come around and up like that, and just complete it again. And let's just make that a little bit more angled there too. Cool. Okay, so let's go back to this point. We're going to pop his hand in. It's holding this maple syrup bottle that is pouring all over his head, right? So first of all, we're just going to bring out a line here. So I'm just going to go from the edge of that down like this. Then I'm going to do a little curve where this sort of like inner part of his palm is. So that just goes in like that, just comes into the bottle area like so, right? Just thicken that line up if you want. There's another little small line in there, just a little curve. And then we're going to draw the rest of his thumb sort of coming around here and down like that. So just curve up, around and down. Then just do a little bit of a right angle there as it comes out the bottle area. Join that little line up there. And there's another little curved line kind of here. So just going to bring that out like that. Okay, just thicken that line as we go. Then he's wearing a glove, so the glove area just comes out like that. And on this side, sort of about here, what I'll do is just draw a little curve in here. That's the other side of the palm. Comes out again where the glove sort of tapers out. Then we're just going to join these 2 bits up with a curved line that goes like that. Okay, thicken that up again as well. And now all we've got to do is his arm. So we've got the forearm here, elbow about there, coming down into here, okay? So what this means is, let's go from this point here, we're going to draw a little curved line up like that, just thicken it up. And then we're going to go from this point here, we're going to bring out a line and just curve it around to this point here, right? Join up that point there and just go back over that line. Nice and thick. Cool. Okay, on the other side, his elbow is around about here. So I'm gonna, again, sort of go from about this point here, kind of just taper it out like this, and then down, and then to that point. And then we're gonna follow it sort of down here, and around, and just into that area there. And then what we'll do, we'll fill that in, we'll thicken that line up. So just sort of thicken that line up here. It's a nice 2D graphic for the emoticons, always quite fun. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's always good to get some feedback, and I've not done many emoticons for the channel, but it might be quite cool to do a few more. So quite sort of nice graphic elements. Go with Fortnite, and they look pretty cool. So let me know what you think. And if you do like it, please do like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to the channel. Thanks. Okay, there's another line coming down here and down to this point in his arm. So I'm just going to do a single line, just sort of curve in, come up a bit, comes down there, and just sort of joins up to that point in there. Now I've got the main parts in. What I'm going to do is just fill in a little bit more so it all sort of tallies up. Just going to thicken a few of these lines that I've drawn around here. So this is quite a thick line, this graphic element. Come around there. And these lines are a bit thicker as well. Around here sort of thickens out around this point. Then that's kind of cool, but this top part of his head, I'm just going to sort of taper it in a bit with a thicker line. Yeah, that's nice. That looks good. It's almost like a brush pen effect, I suppose, or thicker in some areas and not in others. Sort of thickens at the drip point there and up. And these points are sort of quite thick on the edge. It gives it a bit of extra punch on the line weight that we're doing. So we'll just draw around it again. Sort of some areas got thicker areas in others. As we work ourselves around, like this is quite thick. The underside of that is. This area is down here. And we've got a few like thicker areas on the edge there. This line down here, sort of missing out at the moment, so I'm just going to go back over that. Fill that in. And this little line in here. Cool. Okay, there's a couple of little drips. So there's one up here. So it's going to draw like a little drip sort of from this point, this little dot here, come out and around. So it kind of just comes out like that and around like that. Again, thicken up your line art where you like. It's quite effective. There's another one here, smaller one, so I'm just going to come out sort of like where the splashes are. The syrup kind of comes out here and around like that. So just again, we'll just sort of thicken that up in certain areas of the line. And there's a little circular element here, so just going to draw a little circle there. And we're just going to go around that point. Cool, and that's the line work done. Looks really effective. Let's get in there with some colour now. And let's just build this up. So let's get ourselves a sort of very, very light brown, sort of like a nice warm tones on this guy. And we're just going to draw in the edging sort of parts. So just going to sort of draw on the edge of this lighter brown around here. Maybe there's just a little bit where the palm is, just on the edge there. Yeah, and then maybe on this arm, we've just got like a little bit of sort of an effect of it here, maybe just a bit more, so it shows up a bit more the camera, and it kind of comes down a bit thicker as we work down here. And just sort of build that up into here. Maybe we just sort of see a little sort of pop of it there too. And what I am going to do is just fill in sort of the pancake area. So the pancake area sort of, we're just going to just fill that in all around here, work up to there. I'm going to go across there, just keep sort of drawing some line work so it sort of looks like pancake areas. It goes a bit with that colour under there, under here as well. Pop that in, and then I'm just going to sort of double hit it where there's like darker areas are on the pancake, so there's like another here. We've just got these little lines like showing through. It's quite effective, I feel. Just sort of populating those areas in there. Around here. Nice, okay, that's looking good. What we'll do next, what I'll do is get myself a yellow. There's a yellow line going down this point here, so I'm just going to sort of draw in with a chisel tip, just a nice yellow line, sort of fairly chunky with a chisel tip, sort of come down here. There we go, like so, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the finer point on a green pen, and I'm just going to sort of got some like almost like patterned area on the bandana here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these green lines, and then I'll fill in the orange afterwards. So it's kind of like got a green line there, one that comes in there, and there's another that kind of comes in from this point, sort of bring it in a little bit chunkier maybe, like that. Then there's another one that kind of comes under there, so just chunk that in. And this one here actually continues up to the top, so I'll just make that a little bit wider on that point. There we go. And then what we'll do, just bring in these lines, so kind of one comes from here, draw a diagonal line down there, just double hit it. There's another one really close to it, so double hit that. There's just a single one around here, so I'm just going to go boom in like this, there. And then there's another two around here, so there's kind of like one just before this black line here, and one just in here. And then there's one that comes across here, so just do that diagonal there. And then there's one that kind of comes up from here, so just going to bring that up there. And then one that's kind of here. Okay. Now we've got the rest of the green to fill in, so I'm just gonna pop in a bit of green all down on this sort of the main part of this like bandana area. And then what I'll do is I'm just gonna go into this yellow area we've drawn. There we go. So we've got a nice edge around there, and just fill that in like that. That side, this kind of comes up just a bit more here around there. Actually comes up like that, and then it kind of comes down here around, and then we'll just continue this line here. Make it maybe just a little bit more consistent as we draw it in like that, and then just fill in that bottom area there. Cool. And then now let's try this orange colour. It's got a lot of orange going on, so actually before I do that, just on the top it's got just a lighter area, so I'm just gonna kind of fill that in with this colour, maybe just the tops of these as well, sort of just fill in a lighter sort of hint that there's a bit of like light bouncing off it. And then we can go into this nice zingy orange. It's got like to just signify this maple syrup, and kind of comes up around there, sort of hits into there, and then I just really just need to fill that in really. So there's a piece in there, this little blob there, a little splash there, and let's just fill in that colour there. There we go. Okay, back to here, and we'll just hit that in. Nice orange colours. Try and just hit all the colour, try not to leave any white areas as I'm going in there. It's really quite a sort of comic-y 2D effect where there's emoticon. There's a few little hints of sort of light and shading, but there's not a lot, and it just adds to the effect of these sort of type of things. Yeah, that's good. Really nice zingy orange in there as well. That's cool. Just fill that in there so it's a nice consistent orange. Now what I'll do, I've done these little sort of little bits in here, sort of like the pattern. I'm just going to fill in the rest of it around there with the orange. So that nice sort of zingy green. Okay, and because I haven't done all orange and put the green over the top, the green just manages to pop just that little bit more, which really helps our picture. Just tricky now to colour between the lines, but it's worth it in the end. It doesn't take too long, and you can do as much or as little of detail as you like, you know, but it's quite nice to have like a little bit of a pattern on your picture, I think. Just do the smaller areas here. So just sort of block in around these points. And what I can do now is on this Pro marker, just grab the other side of the pen and use the chisel tip just to fill that in quicker. It's always quite nice to have the option on a Pro marker, so that's why I would recommend these type of pens. You've just got a bit of versatility. You can do the finer point details if you want, but you've also got chisel tip just for big blocking and filling in. Cool, final point, just got to do the brown glove. What I will do again actually, I'll just sort of block in this nice sort of lighter brown first of all on the edge. There's a light sort of coming from the top. Then I can get the darker brown, just a nice sort of zingy brown, and we'll just sort of work around that. So it just gives the idea that the light is bouncing off that. Just there. Cool. There we go. There we have it. So that's the Mancake emoticon on Art Draw. Hope you like the challenge, and please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon for another video. Okay, thanks for watching.